Welcome to our deep dive into Paul Simon's Graceland.
Yeah.
We're going to explore this iconic album,
Yeah.
track by track,
Mm-hmm.
and really unpack what makes it so special.
Okay.
Maybe this is your all-time favorite, maybe you're just discovering it,
Yeah.
but either way, get ready for some musical surprises.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them.
It's an album that really takes you on a journey.
Yep.
Graceland blends American and South African music in a way that had never been done before, and it's full of personal stories and unexpected twists.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start at the very beginning with The Boy in the Bubble.
Okay.
Right off the bat, you've got this almost jarring accordion intro,
Oh, yeah.
which, if you ask me,
Yeah.
perfectly sets the stage for the unexpected sounds you're going to hear throughout the whole album.
I think that's a great observation.
Yeah.
Simon was really experimenting with pushing the boundaries of what folk rock could be. He was incorporating sounds and instruments from all over the world, and that accordion is just a taste of things to come.
Yeah, and lyrically, you've got this fascinating mix of imagery,
Right.
lasers and jungles, talk of miracles and darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like he's capturing the contradictions of the time,
Yeah.
the rapid technological advancement alongside all this human struggle.
Exactly. And woven into all of that is this infectious South African Mbaqanga groove.
Okay.
It's a style of music that's all about rhythm and energy, and it's a key ingredient in the Graceland sound.
Yeah.
You can really feel that energy pulsing through the entire album.
You definitely get swept up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, track 2, the title track, Graceland.
Yeah.
This one's a bit of a heartbreaker, isn't it?
Mm.
It was inspired by a real road trip
Yeah.
Simon took after his divorce from Carrie Fisher.
It's a very personal song, and I think a lot of people connect with that feeling of loss and searching for something to hold on to.
Yeah.
He drove to Graceland with his son, almost like a pilgrimage,
Interesting.
and the music reflects that journey.
You can almost feel the car moving down the highway with that driving rhythm and Bokiti Kumalo's hypnotic bass line.
Oh, yeah.
What's interesting to me is how he combines those deeply personal lyrics with this almost celebratory music.
Right. It's not a straightforward sad song.
Yeah.
It's about finding a way forward even when you're hurting. That driving bass line is almost like a heartbeat,
Yeah.
propelling you forward even when you feel lost.
And there's that line, losing love is like a window in your heart. It's so simple, but it just hits you right in the feels,
It's a universal experience, and I
Yeah.
think that's why it resonates with so many people.
Yeah.
Simon has a way of capturing those complex emotions in a way that's both poetic and relatable.
Okay, let's jump ahead to track 5,
Right.
Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes.
Okay.
Now, this one starts off completely different with this stunning a cappella intro by Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Oh, yeah.
Those harmonies are just out of this world.
They're incredible.
Wow.
Ladysmith Black Mambazo is a South African choral group that specializes in isikathamia,
Which is a style of a cappella singing that developed among Zulu migrant workers.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful and haunting, but then the song kicks in and you've got this whole other energy. The lyrics tell this story about wealth and desire, and that image of diamonds on the soles of her shoes is so striking.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I think it speaks to those hidden desires,
Mm-hmm.
the things we crave even if we don't always understand why.
Okay.
And musically, it's another example of Simon blending different styles together seamlessly.
Yeah.
You have those South African vocal harmonies layered over a more Western pop sound.
And can we talk about that bass line?
Oh, yeah.
It's so smooth and funky, almost hypnotic.
Yeah.
It's one of the most recognizable bass lines ever.
Bokiti Kumalo's playing on this track is truly innovative.
Yeah.
He actually played the bass line forwards and then reversed it in post-production,
Whoa.
creating this unique sound that's both familiar and otherworldly.
I would never have guessed that.
It adds such a cool dimension to the song, and then the whole thing shifts halfway through.
Yeah.
The groove changes, and it's almost like two worlds colliding, the world of wealth and privilege and the world of everyday struggle.
It's a brilliant musical representation of that tension, that contrast.
Yeah.
And I think it highlights the album's overall theme of bringing together seemingly disparate elements and creating something new and beautiful out of them.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It really is a testament to Simon's ability to weave these intricate musical tapestries.
Yeah.
You know, You Can Call Me Al, track 6,
Yeah.
takes this fusion of sounds and humor to a whole new level.
Oh, absolutely. This one always makes me smile.
Yeah.
But there's also this undercurrent of something deeper, like a midlife crisis,
Right.
trying to
Yeah.
mask itself with humor.
You hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah?
Simon has said that the song was inspired by a party where a French composer kept mistakenly calling him Al. And his wife, Betty, he took that funny little anecdote and turned it into this commentary on aging and identity.
It's like he's saying, hey, life's a little absurd, so we might as well laugh about it.
Yeah.
But you can hear those anxieties lurking beneath the surface.
Right.
A man walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, who hasn't felt that way at some point?
It's so relatable.
Yeah.
And just like Graceland, it's about finding redemption.
Okay.
Finding a way to keep moving forward even when things feel uncertain. But You Can Call Me Al does it with a wink and a smile.
Yeah, and musically, it's another example of Bikithi Kumala's genius.
Oh, yeah.
That bass solo is just iconic.
Totally.
It's playful and energetic, and it just adds to the overall quirky vibe of the song.
Did you know that bass line was actually a happy accident?
Oh, really?
They accidentally reversed it in post-production,
Uh-huh.
and Simon loved it so much that they kept it.
No way. I love those little behind-the-scenes stories.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about the music, I have to mention the penny whistle in this song.
Oh.
It adds such a unique flavor
Yep.
and really highlights that global sound Simon was going for.
It's a small detail that makes a big impact.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't forget the music video with Chevy Chase.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
It's pure comedy gold.
It's so perfectly over the top and ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like they took the humor in the song and amplified it tenfold.
Totally.
I dare anyone to watch that video without cracking a smile.
It's impossible.
You know, there's so much depth to this album.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Even the songs that aren't the big hits have these incredible stories and musical nuances.
Like, I Know What I Know,
Yeah.
for example, is such a fun and quirky song.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like eavesdropping on a conversation at a party
Totally.
with those lines. Like, she said, don't I know you from the cinematographer's party?
And musically, it features these beautiful harmonies
Yeah.
from the Gaza Sisters, another South African vocal group.
It's a great example of Simon's ability to take these snippets of conversation and everyday life and turn them into something both humorous and thought-provoking.
Absolutely.
I also love Gumboots, which was actually the song that sparked the whole Graceland project.
That's right. Simon heard a cassette tape of South African township jive music and was instantly captivated by the rhythms.
Wow.
He flew to Johannesburg and began collaborating with local musicians, and that's how Graceland was born.
That's so cool. Gumboots has this amazing energy that just makes you want to dance.
Yeah.
And lyrically, it's got that classic Simon blend of melancholy and hope. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a bittersweet longing set against this joyful beat.
It's a powerful combination.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the album's central theme of renewal,
Okay.
of finding hope and connection, even in unexpected places.
Okay.
Speaking of unexpected pairings, we have to talk about Simon's duet with Linda Ronstadt
Oh, yeah.
on Under African Skies.
Oh, their voices together are just magic. It's such a haunting and beautiful song,
Yeah.
and it feels like a real turning point in the album. A moment of reflection after all that energy and movement.
It's like a pause for breath,
Yeah.
a moment to contemplate the journey so far.
Right.
And the lyrics are so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
This is the story of how we begin to remember.
Yeah.
It's almost like an acknowledgement of the history and legacy of South African music and culture.
And then we come to Homeless, which is sung entirely in Zulu by Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Right?
This one always gives me chills.
Yeah.
It's so raw and powerful.
It's a traditional Isakathamia song
Wow.
about the plight of homeless people, and the harmonies are absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah?
It's a moment of pure South African soul on an album that's all about bridging cultures.
It reminds you that music truly is a universal language, even if you don't understand the words.
Right.
And after that emotional experience, we get Crazy Love Vol 2, which is just pure Simon wit and sarcasm.
I love this one.
I know, me too.
It's so absurd and funny.
Fat Charlie the Archangel sloped into the room. He said, I have no opinion about this.
Yeah.
It's classic Simon wordplay set against this playful, melancholic groove.
It's brilliant.
And it shows that even within this exploration of serious themes, there's still room for humor and a little bit of self-deprecation.
Absolutely.
And then just when you think you've got Graceland figured out,
Yeah.
we get That Was Your Mother,
Oh, yeah.
which brings in this whole Zydeco influence.
It's like a party erupts on the album.
Ah.
Simon collaborated with a Louisiana Zydeco band called the Good Rockin' Dopsy and the Twisters and the accordion and washboard just take over.
So infectious you can't help but tap your feet.
Yeah.
But even with all that energy, there's a sense of nostalgia in the lyrics.
Right.
That was your mother, you were the talented child.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a reflection on time, passing on those fleeting moments of youth.
It's a poignant reminder that life is full of these bittersweet moments, even within the joyous ones. And it leads us perfectly into the album's Closer, All Around the World, or The Myth of Fingerprints.
Okay.
This one features Los Lobos, a band known for their Latin-infused rock sound.
It's like the grand finale, bringing together all these different musical threads that we've heard throughout the album: folk rock, South African, Bokanga, Zydeco, and now a touch of Latin influence.
And lyrically, it's open to interpretation,
Yeah.
but it seems to be about searching for connection in a world that can feel vast and overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's trying to get to the bar. The name of the barman is Happy Hour.
Yeah.
It's like we're all searching for that sense of belonging, that feeling of being part of something bigger.
And musically, that steady rhythm, that driving percussion creates this feeling of movement, like the journey is never really over.
It's like Simon is saying the music goes on and the exploration continues. You know what's remarkable about Graceland is that it's so much more than just an album. It's a cultural landmark that introduced many people to South African music.
It definitely broadened my musical horizons. Before Graceland, I had no idea about Umbakanga or Esikatsamia, but Simon's collaborations with those South African musicians really opened my ears to a whole new world of sound.
And it wasn't just about introducing new sounds. It was about bridging cultures, creating a musical dialogue between different worlds. Think about the impact of the Kithi Kumalo's fretless bass playing. It became a signature element of the Graceland sound, and it influenced countless other musicians.
Yeah, his bass lines on Graceland and You Can Call Me Al are instantly recognizable. They're so unique and memorable. And then you have the incredible vocal harmonies of Ladysmith Black Mambazo. They became international stars thanks to their collaboration with Simon.
It's amazing to think about the ripple effect of Graceland. It's inspired so many artists across different genres, from Vampire Weekend to Paul McCartney.
It's like its DNA is woven into the fabric of contemporary music. And the album's themes, redemption, cultural exchange, the power of music to connect us, they feel more relevant than ever.
Especially in a world that can feel so divided at times. Graceland reminds us that there's beauty in our differences and that music can be a bridge between those differences.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive, we encourage you to revisit Graceland with fresh ears. Pay attention to those intricate details, those layers of sound and meaning.
And ask yourself what resonates with you. What stories do you hear in the music? What emotions does it evoke?
Maybe you'll find yourself tapping your foot to gumboots or lost in thought during Under African Skies. Maybe you'll chuckle at the absurdity of Crazy Love Vol. 2 or feel a pang of nostalgia during That Was Your Mother.
Whatever your experience, we hope this deep dive has given you a deeper appreciation for the magic of Graceland. It's an album that continues to surprise and inspire decades after its release.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought. Think about the journeys in your own life, the moments of